Damon.
Branden.
I take back every good thing I said about the Duffer Brothers in season 1, dude. This season sucks ass.
Donkey fucking dick. It was not a good season. And, you know,
it was very bad.
Very bland. And we'll go into it more whenever we talk about the synopsis. But just a few cliff notes for the episode. I wish that it wasn't a thing. I wish that they skipped this one and just went to 3. 3, so much better.
Fucking despise season 2.
A lot of the story beats made no sense. The kid actors, while they did a great job still being kid actors, don't get me wrong, the kids were just really unlikable in this season, all of them.
Boo!
Yep. Maybe bar Lucas. Lucas was probably the best one.
Yeah, Lucas is like the only one I fucking liked. But you know what?
Well, yeah, get into it.
Get into that later. First, I think some housekeeping. Damon and I have been very sick since we recorded episode 1.
It was definitely not fun, and I still have a little bit of congestion, and I don't think that's going to go away.
Same.
Anytime soon.
Yeah, I have some studio sessions slated for the first week of February, and we're recording this on February 1st. And I don't know if my voice is going to
be able to keep up. Yeah.
Because if you listen to Arrows X Hearts, you know that there's I have the voice of a prepubescent lesbian. I sing pretty high, and I scream a lot. So that's going to be rough.
Prepubescent lesbian is crazy, by the way.
Hey, you know what, man? You know what the actual story behind why my voice never got deep?
What's that?
Flashback.
So I have Asperger's, right? Shocker. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have fucking thought, right?
Yeah. And as a kid, everything overstimulated the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is just scream and scream and scream until I had no voice. And it was for anything. My parents had to keep their TV at practically volume off, because if I could hear it too loud at all, I was screaming until I could not scream anymore. And because of that, my vocal cords scarred, and there was about a year where I couldn't speak at all. And my parents took me to a speech pathologist, and just to learn how to talk again. And in that, my speech pathologist started to teach me sign language, and had a talk with me and my parents that I might be mute forever.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
And I still remember. Right? I know. Look at me, and my fucking whole career is based around my voice.
And your Asperger's apparently, but
and my autism, because you're not going to find a guy who talks about, anime and video games and plays Dungeons and Dragons and does voice acting and sings in a metalcore band. You're not going to do that if you don't have
autism,
something wrong in your head. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of shit to have on your plate. Whenever I was younger, since we're swapping spit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was never officially diagnosed with ADHD, but I have that shit. There's nothing, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh yeah, no, you got it.
Schools wanted me medicated for how bad it was, but also I was a kid, and it's really hard to tell if you have ADHD or you're just being
right.
You know what I mean? So I like how that's the go-to for schools. Spam them whenever we were going to school.
Yeah,
in elementary and shit, they would just spam. He has to take medication. He's too hyper. He can't focus on anything.
It was so bad that the nurse at my school, my mom worked at the school that I went to for elementary school. She was a teacher there. And the nurse at my school had my it's called Concerta. That was the ADHD medication I took.
Yeah.
She kept it in the school's nurse's office, and she would bring it to me every day to take it, just to make sure I actually took it. because I would forget to take it at home.
That's kind of fucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and that like lasted through the entirety of elementary school. Like I think I finally convinced my mom to let me stop taking it in middle school, and then like my grades really fucking suffered for a while,
dude. And it's, it's terrible as kids to go through something like that, because you then and now think that there's something wrong with you that you have to do something about. And in all reality, these things that go through, there's nothing really wrong with it. Like, yeah, sometimes, especially with me, it's hard for me to focus on something, especially if I don't like it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But, I find it incredibly difficult for, at least as a person, to be like, yeah, let's medicate the children. Let's put them on medication.
But I don't know about you, but I was also a very annoying child. So I don't blame them for medicating me.
I was perfect.
I believe it. I do believe it.
Nothing wrong with me at all, actually.
Ever. Yeah. Why would you even?
Nowadays, however, I'm wanted in several states. Not gonna name.
Yeah, I'm wanted by the IRS.
They said, sir, pay taxes. I said, I have claymores.
But you know what? This year is like the first year that I actually made something on my IRS tax returns.
Really?
In like 5 years. Yeah.
I have my taxes sitting right next to me. I'm not doing them just yet. I'm lazy as fuck. I'm gonna wait the last minute.
I mean, I pretty much I've always made sure to have at least a part-time job, because I can use some of that tax return money to pay my other taxes, like from other things. But this year for 2025, I had a full-time job for most of it.
Yeah, you did.
So I actually had some money left over in my tax returns. I was able to put some money back when that actually hits my account, which is kind of crazy.
It's nice though.
It feels weird. It feels illegal. I think it's from all of my overtime.
Yeah, it does feel illegal, and that's why a lot of the time they don't like giving people overtime. Especially at the place I work, if you have to get it approved by like 8 rungs up the ladder before you can even do it. So if I'm not feeling too good and I call my manager, I feel bad every time because she has to get it pre-approved by like 8 different people.
That's insane.
Also, if I call in, I'm not coming in. That's just it's not happening. It's over. I go to work. I'd go to work if I was hacking up a lung. If I feel like I can't work that day, or because I work customer service, you know what I mean. I work behind the counter, and if I feel like I'm a little bit too ornery that day, like I will lose my shit. I will lose my shit and I will get fired. So it's better for everybody if I just stay home.
I'm glad I don't work customer service anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really weird working customer service as a dude. And, it's not really, it's something that you notice. Chicks do get, hit on a lot. Buggy, whenever I was working with Buggy, it was terrible. Like, dudes wouldn't be as egregious if I was next to her, but, I would hear them. If I was like across the store, I'd hear them like get really fucking weird about everything. And, Buggy, she didn't really pick up on it a lot of the time. But as a dude, you're like, come on, dude, she's trying to work.
Yeah, dude, who would have thought? Like, women have it kind of rough sometimes.
Honestly, I think they should get paid less.
Yeah, like, I think it's like 70% is fair.
I need to make $2 to their $1. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I think that's fair
because they could just go on OnlyFans.
Yeah, women can just do OnlyFans and be bisexual, and men have to pay for dates, dude.
Be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie.
And lie.
Can't forget those two.
Yeah, dude.
Eat hot chip and lie.
And like, we have to pay for the dates, so it's only fair we get paid more.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
also, so obviously satire.
Don't come to this thinking, oh, these guys, yeah, they share we don't. You're an incel.
Yeah. If you're like fucking if you're like an incel men's rights guy, we're not on your team, brother. I'm sorry.
We're joking, and there's a difference that you need to learn, not us.
Dude, speaking of incels, okay, there is a subreddit, and I don't know if I want to talk about it because like I don't want it to get like bombarded by what they call fake cells, because it is my favorite fucking thing to scroll. It's called kitchen cells, because like r/incels has been banned off of Reddit.
Yeah.
But kitchen cells is like the spiritual successor on the platform to r/incels.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the funniest shit. Like there's posts where like guys will be on there like, I asked a girl out from my work and she said no. So I printed off a picture from her Facebook and jerked off onto it and cried myself to sleep.
Dude, that is...
So I don't deserve flavors. Here's my dinner. And it's like boiled rice with bread.
Dude.
it's like them like...
What?
like beating themselves with the food they eat.
Are we talking about? Oh, whoa.
I wish I was joking.
I don't deserve flavors, so here's a bowl of rice and bread.
Like, or I think there was one that was like, I went to speak to a girl, and when she started talking to me, I got hard and she noticed and laughed. I don't deserve flavors. Fuck my chud life. It's like,
fuck my chud life.
It is just like salt water. That's their lunch. It's so good, dude. If you have like 10 minutes and you want to feel better about yourself, go on r/kitchen cells.
Oh, dude. So funny enough, me and my friend, we stumbled upon something last night, and you just reminded me of it.
Oh, what was it?
So it was a satire, like BuzzFeed thing, right? This chick made it. She's really funny. Her name pisses me off. I forgot her name already. Don't ask me. I just remembered it pissed me off. It was like Anna Vanna, some shit. It pissed me off, and I didn't like it, so I stopped trying to say it. It was like completely satire articles, and it was like exercises to turn your vagina into a dick guillotine.
Hell yeah, dude.
And you click on it and it says Kegel exercises, squats, and it gives an entire like satire rundown. And there was this one, big shout out to homie if it's true, but it was like this man ate so much pussy it became a problem, and it was a dude who has never touched an ounce of box in his life. He has never munched box. You cannot convince me that he has.
Dude, it's me. It was me. I was the guy in the article.
Just straight munching, like you're munching cardboard boxes, brother. There's nothing else to it. And I hate to be that guy. But I will be. Somebody has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, someone has to be. And like, if you're dating a woman, dude, go eat some box.
Go get you some box.
Go eat you some box. Unless, like, I guess, like, it's,
unless it's Caniac. Unless it's Cane's, don't get a Cane's combo. The Cane's is so bland.
Dude, I agree. Zaxby's over Cane's every day of the week.
Every day of the week. If you're in Texas, people in Texas, check out Slim Chickens. That place is fucking delicious.
Slim Chickens is good. If you're in an area that has it, Huey Magoo's.
Huey Magoo's.
Dude, Huey Magoo's.
That's a good one.
Pulls fucking Raising Cane's out back and just fucking puts 2 in the dome.
And 1 in the butt.
And 1 in the box, dude. Fucking.
Oh, not the Caniac combo, bro.
Huey, I think like their slogan is like the filet mignon of chicken, and they're not lying.
No,
it's so good.
Filet mignon, bro.
If there's like some Huey Magoo's board execs who watch this show, hit us up with a sponsorship. Send me a Huey Magoo's hat, and I will literally read an ad read for you for like a month.
Where's the Huey Magoo's credit card? Come on, bro. Let me
give me the company card for Huey Magoo's. Then I can only buy Huey Magoo's, where I would have to drive, I think, like 3 hours to get it, because the last place I know that has it is Jacksonville. Unless there's one near me. Let me look without doxing myself.
Let me look without doxing yourself? That's a smart idea.
No fucking way. There's one like 30 minutes from me. 23 minutes from me. That's worth the drive. I'm going like this week.
I thought you were going to say right now, and I was just going to have to sit here, stare at the camera, and try to entertain people by myself. I'm good at that.
I would.
I could do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to me.
I would, but I had some soup, and I have my creatine and pre-workout because I was going to go to the gym, and then it got too late. But I'm still getting my 5 grams of creatine daily. Oh, dude, if you fucking work out or if you don't, make sure you're doing 5 grams of creatine a day. Let's jump into the news.
The news! Yes! I'm so excited for the news. This just in. Branden has a fat ass.
This just in. There's some Dragon Ball Z news, and I'm so
fucking hyped.
Pumped, dude. We got 3 announcements.
Fucking huge announcements, too.
And I should have fucking said this in the last episode, but I was talking, I think it was with you and I think with my nephew about this. Whenever Dragon Ball was doing like their pop-up stores in the US, when they announced that, I was like, oh shit, 2026 has some big announcements for sure. And boy, do we. And we got them so early in the year. Like, I'm hyped as hell. But before we get to the Dragon Ball Z news, there is there is a piece.
The One Piece is real.
Can we get much higher? Actually, a couple pieces of other news I want to cover real quick. Netflix is reportedly working on a live action Gundam movie starring Sydney Sweeney and Noah Centineo.
Oh yeah.
So let's hope that's good. I've never been a huge Gundam guy, but there's so much fucking crossover with like anime culture and pop culture. So I'm sure someone watching probably heard that and creamed a little bit. And then with the Sydney Sweeney being in the movie, there are going to be a lot of fellas really happy about that.
Who don't even care about Gundam. They're just going to watch it because Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, they're going to go watch it for boobs. And like, that's okay.
Completely valid, though, to be fair.
I'm not a huge boob guy, nor am I a huge Sydney Sweeney guy. But hey, you know what?
I like thighs and ass.
I'm with you. I am shape over size.
To be fair, I think the woman body is beautiful, but thighs and ass.
Unless you're a big fat fucking cow.
Unless you a torta fool. Ay, caramba.
Unless you're a torta fool.
They don't know I grew up around it.
They don't know I grew up in it, boy.
What? No. But to start us off, I think the one thing that we should start off with the Dragon Ball news is...
Oh, wait, there's one more thing.
One more.
Yes, there is a My Hero game dropping this month in February. I think it's February 6th. I think it's called My Hero Academia All's Justice.
I wonder if it's on Steam. We'll figure it out.
And from what I heard, I haven't seen too much on it, which is, bad Branden, I know. But I've heard that it is a fighting game in the same vein of like the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Oh, the Ninja Store games. Yeah, no.
Like it's got that same feel, but it's a My Hero game.
I'm looking at the screenshots right now, and I can tell you it does not look like that.
It doesn't? What does it look like?
It looks like it's you got Deku doing black whips on a city, Bakugo bouncing around. It looks like it's going to be like an open world type hero. Like kind of like One Piece, the One Piece Grand Line game.
I don't know how I feel about that.
One Piece Odyssey.
Let me check
I could be wrong. I'm just going off the pictures. It could be like a little bit of both because who's to say that it's not a fighting game that you can,
Yeah.
But from the screenshots that I'm looking at, it looks like it's a open world hero type of game.
I am watching the trailer now. The roster looks stacked as hell, which I'm pretty stoked about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it looks open world.
It looks like it's a beat 'em up type of game. It kind of looks like a Spider-Man. You play as the My Hero characters in like an open world beat 'em up type of thing.
Oh wait, never mind. It does get into like 1v1s, and it looks very Ninja Storm.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with. I'm very okay with that, actually.
It looks heat. We might.
I'm watching more of this trailer. This looks just like Ninja Storm, but My Hero with some like extra open world shit added. That's all I need for an anime game. I'm fucking sick and tired of anyone but Dragon Ball Z trying to do quirky, unique shit. Just remake Ninja Storm. Use the Ninja Storm mechanics,
but different anime,
and import new graphics and new characters per your IP, and I'll play the shit out of it. This looks perfect. I'm buying it. Comes out in 5 days.
That's right. I forgot Jump Force got removed from the store. Jump Force is one of my favorite fighting games, and they did that. They did it kind of perfect.
The new Bleach game did the Ninja Storm, but just rebranded, and it was fucking awesome. I loved every second of it. Some of my favorite memories is literally just me and my nephew playing Ninja Storm. And like his friends would come over to try to beat me on Ninja Storm. My brother's friends would come over to try to beat me on Ninja Storm. And to this day, online, in person, I'm undefeated.
Undefeated. I might have to change that. Undefeated.
You are welcome to try. I haven't played in years. I promise you I'll win.
I have not played a Ninja Storm game in fucking forever.
I love the Ninja Storm games. They are perfect.
They are really fun. I also love the, like, if you play, say you play as the three sages, Jiraiya, and like you get the like cool at
the Sanin.
That's right. You get the fucking like cool ass, if you do it right, you get the cool ass like finisher move. I like that shit. I like whenever games do that.
Me too, dude. But now to the Dragon Ball news. We are getting, first, I think this is like the least hype, but still crazy. We're getting Dragon Ball Super Beerus.
Yep.
Which is essentially like the Dragon Ball Z Kai treatment of Dragon Ball Super, which is very needed. It's updated animation. The story flow is going to be a bit different. A lot of the lines are re-recorded,
and it's going to be shorter. A lot of the filler is going to be taken out. I think that's much needed for Super.
Yep.
Just because Super had, they reanimated Super a few times because in the beginning, Super's animation was fucking god awful.
Mm-hmm.
They reanimated it, but I think it needs, just because Super is like fucking 10 years old now, which is wild to think about because I remember watching that shit whenever it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Super definitely needs a reanimation. I don't say needs, but it's nice to get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And next on the docket, I think, is more exciting.
Yep.
Dragon Ball, the Galactic Patrol Super.
Yeah, dude.
The Moro arc is coming and getting animated. I am so fucking hyped.
Yeah, we're getting the Moro arc.
Just think about it. Fucking Ego Vegeta, fucking more Ultra Instinct, just more Yamcha, dude. Oh my god.
We're getting like the actual Z fighters getting to like flex their shit back on Earth.
Yeah. And, that's one thing. That's one of my biggest gripes about Dragon Ball, and always has been, is, I know it's a story following Goku and, his journey, but you have such a great cast of characters that anytime you use them, they just get shit on.
Yeah.
Because you need to show how powerful Goku is. And, I mean, that's fine, right? Goku's the main character, and whenever they tried to get rid of him, and replace him with Gohan,
it just didn't work.
Everybody wanted him back. Which is fine. Goku is Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Yeah, very clearly.
Right. Son Goku is Dragon Ball. You can't, it's made clear you can't have it. You can't have Dragon Ball without Goku. But you can also have Dragon Ball with the other side characters, the other cast of characters. The Z fighters are, they're incredibly strong. And I don't think it's, seen enough. And so that's why I'm really excited for the Moro arc, because you actually get to see them strut their stuff.
And if I remember right, the Moro arc puts Yamcha, who is like the weakest of the Z fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You said daddy? Yeah, Buggy loves Yamcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy her the Yamcha dead in the fucking crater rug.
Dude, oh my god, I need that rug.
Dude, it's a good rug.
If I remember right, the power scalers have kind of put it out to where in the Moro arc, in the fight with like the clones, it puts Yamcha on the same level as Super Saiyan Blue Goku when he first transforms against Frieza.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, we're going to get to see the Z fighters. I really hope that in that particular fight, I think it's like Yamcha, Tien, and Piccolo, or it's Yamcha. It actually might be Yamcha, Tien, Krillin, and Piccolo fighting the dudes who come from space. And like, I think one of them like is like a copycat type figure. I haven't read it in a while, but
it's been a minute for me too.
But that fight, I hope they spend their time on it, because I remember reading that just being so fucking pumped the whole time.
Yeah. No, that's why I love Dragon Ball, is because, it doesn't really, I know. Side note, our editor doesn't like Dragon Ball. He doesn't.
What the
yeah. Sorry to fired. No more money.
Kidding.
You do work for free now.
I'm kidding, Papa.
I kid.
But that is like an actual crazy person take, is to not like Dragon Ball.
I think is
he a One Piece fan?
He is, but so am I. So
I also like One Piece, but I feel like if you're loyal to One Piece, you hate every other good anime.
I think that's kind of a misconception with One Piece fans. There's a lot of people on any fandom that does that.
Like the One Punch Man fans. Oh, dude, don't get me started on them.
And then you have the Naruto, like the diehard Naruto fans who, they just won't. That's their anime, and that's fine.
That's almost me. I'm not gonna lie.
Naruto is one of the, Naruto's a part of the big three, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, big three.
Yeah, I put it at the top of the big three.
Honestly, I have to go One Piece for me. It's One Piece, Naruto, then Bleach, because I think Bleach had a really good start. It's just whenever you get to the Bount arc, I can't stand the Bount arc. It's terrible. It's like, I know that's everybody knows about it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get past it. So
I think the One Piece, like the reanimation that's going to be coming out soon, might change my definitive big three ranking later on. But right now,
as it stands, yeah.
It's like, and also, this isn't me saying that any of these are bad, because like, to me, I think Naruto is a 10. I think Bleach is a 9.5, and I think One Piece is a 9.
Yeah. They're all amazing anime.
Yeah, I would put like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. But the only thing that really drags One Piece down for me is the pacing.
Yeah. And that's a big, that's a big issue with a lot of people with One Piece. And it's like why a lot of people won't, watch it, is because the sheer amount of episodes and the pacing.
Right.
There is something like the One Piece coming out, that is out. It's called
One Pace, right?
One Pace, where they remove almost all of the fucking filler, and like it's
the best way to watch One Piece.
Yeah.
I started watching One Pace, and I tried going back to just standard One Piece on on Crunchyroll, and I couldn't do it.
Couldn't. Yeah, you can't. I joke about, I'm rewatching One Piece again. They're changing their model.
Yeah.
They're going to seasonal now.
Yep.
They're going to a seasonal anime,
which is good.
It's going to help a lot with the pacing.
I'm happy about that.
It's going to help a lot with the pacing, give the animators a lot more time to do really great animation.
And the new arc is coming out soon. I think it's slated for like fall of this year. Oh, last piece of Dragon Ball Z news. There's a new video game coming out.
John Dragon Ball himself.
John Dragon Ball. Yeah, baby.
Himself. You got to keep it 1,000 with him. If you don't, he will roundhouse kick your shit smooth off.
Editor, put up a picture of John Dragon Ball. Actually, put up a bunch of pictures of John Dragon Ball in his natural elements. He's the GOAT.
Absolute GOAT of fiction. He solos your verse. It doesn't matter.
He does solo your verse.
It doesn't matter what verse, he solos it.
He sneezes and your favorite verse's mangaka dies.
Gone. Yeah, like I choose your verse in real life gets erased from time.
Like if he looks at Jujutsu Kaisen and sneezes, Gege Akutami explodes. And that's just the facts. Like we don't control that. But the new game, I think it's called Age 1000.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the code name for it.
That's the code name.
Yeah.
And I'm really just hoping it's Xenoverse 3. Like that's all I'm hoping for.
That's what I'm hoping for too. Xenoverse 3 would go absolutely insane. But I'm also
Xenoverse 2 is a perfect game, in my opinion.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, I love Xenoverse 2. But Xenoverse 3 would make me nut.
Yeah, it would kind of make me the happiest man on earth. I think that if it's not, I'm still excited to see what it is because
yeah.
Maybe it's something where, you play as John Dragon Ball himself, and
I'd be okay with that. Kind of like Dragon Ball Legends, the mobile game,
or Kakarot, where you're just playing through, the story as John Dragon Ball.
Yeah, kind of following that. That rewritten Dragon Ball timeline.
But we're all hoping, everybody wants it. We're all hoping it's Xenoverse 3.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you say you don't, you're lying. I see right through you.
Okay, question for you, Damon.
I have an answer, maybe, probably.
If it is Xenoverse 3, because we know in Xenoverse 2 we had humans, Saiyans, Frieza race, Namekians, and the Boo race.
The Boo, yeah.
What would they add for Xenoverse 3? Because I feel like we've had so many like one-off races in Dragon Ball now.
The androids would be sick.
I would love to see Android.
Androids would be sick with, in all reality, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going to play Saiyans like always.
Right.
But
your side characters have to have
your side cax, the side cax.
Yeah.
So Android would be cool. I think Android, maybe the Moro, like the race Moro is.
Yeah, some kind of like generic alien race, I think would be good.
Yeah, or would be, demons. A demon race would be really cool.
I think you're right.
Androids or demons.
That's what it would need. Yeah. And then at that point, go ahead and just give us make it like a celestial or like a divine race and give us the option angel or demon.
Yeah. Like a Kai. Like a Kai.
Like a Kai. Yes.
A Kai race would be fucking sick. They add demons and Kais. That would be sick.
That would be that's what they should add. If this is Universe 3, which I hope it is, please don't give us another Fighter Z. I don't want that at all.
No.
I'm not a fan of the 2D side-scroller fighter games.
I only really like the big one. The big ones like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat,
I don't even like those.
I'm more partial to the 3D fighters, Tekken, Soul Cal. Love those games. But don't if it's a fighting game, it's a Dragon Ball game, it's going to be a fighting game. It just don't make it like
right.
I hope it's not like like Dragon Ball Fighters.
I would even be down with like a Raging Blast 2 successor.
Yeah. Sparking Zero is just like that type of game. If it's like
right.
I don't think they're going to do that type of game because we still have Sparking.
Right.
And that game's just...
And because of the code name, that leads me towards Xenoverse.
Yeah, because Age 1000, that's you were...
And I'm pretty sure John Dragon Ball is wearing a Time Patroller uniform.
Let's look that up. Hold on. Dragon Ball... I almost called him John Dragon Ball. 1000.
That's what I'm Googling is John Dragon Ball.
Let's see. Images. He's wearing a Capsule Corp uniform, but he has this G5 on it.
Yeah, it almost looks like Great Saiyaman-y.
Hold on, we're going back. Dragon Ball games. Battle Hour.
I think it might just be Xenoverse 3. Honestly, the more I look at him, the more I'm like, yeah, that's pretty...
I'm hoping it is, because, I don't think... My main issue and why I don't think it is is because why wouldn't they just come out and say Xenoverse 3, right?
Unless this is like a separate storyline.
Okay. That could be it.
Like if he's kind of taking the role that Trunks took in Xenoverse, which I would be a little disappointed if they did kind of replace Trunks with John Dragon Ball. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait for more info to come out.
I found Bandai Namco on Instagram. Says new game project Age 1000, a brand new Dragon Ball world and its entirely original characters, all brought to life by Akira Toriyama, rest in peace, for a new game project set for 2027. So we got a year. Witness the debut of a never before seen character designed by Akira Toriyama himself within the new Dragon Ball world, Age 1000. And that's not all. The Age 1000 project will introduce even more unique characters as the adventure unfolds.
Honestly?
So it's sounding more and more like you're going to be playing as John Dragon Ball.
It does sound like that. And you know what I'm also kind of thinking here? Hold on. What year does the main Dragon Ball... okay. So the Battle of Gods arc... progresses through age 780 to 781. So this is like 200 years after the Battle of Gods saga.
Yeah.
So this might actually just be like what happens to this world after Goku.
Yeah. I think
like probably about 150, 200 years after the death of Goku.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Which would be so cool, because if this is Akira Toriyama making, like, who wrote the story for this and the characters, we might get to see like Goku as a Kai and like Vegeta as the god of destruction.
Yeah.
And like it might get to interact with some of these characters in a way that we haven't seen yet. Yeah,
I'm sorry for crushing the hopes and dreams of Xenoverse 3. We still have it. We could still get this. Could be, them talking about some type of shit and it just being Xenoverse 3 anyways.
It could be. Yeah, it could absolutely just be Xenoverse 3 where the game goes past the main canon storyline, which I would still be okay with.
Yeah.
If it's that, or if it is like an entirely new story and the same world just progressed a couple hundred years, I'm happy with that too. Because then we get to find out like the abilities and like which characters are Saiyans, like which ones have Saiyan blood passed to them. I don't know. I think it'll be cool. It'll be cool.
Yeah. And it's cool to think about how like the Saiyan blood is kind of like, if you think about it in like, I know this Dragon Ball came out before this, but in Invincible, where like, the Viltrumite blood is just so strong, you just get Viltrumite abilities. It doesn't matter how much Viltrumite is in you, you get Viltrumite abilities, which is cool because Saiyans are, pretty much extinct. It's cool to think that like the tiniest amount of Saiyan in you allows you to go Super Saiyan.
Which, I mean, we already see. Well, not the Super Saiyan part, but the abilities part with Pan.
Yeah.
Because she's what, like an 8th Saiyan?
Yeah, yeah.
And she was enough Saiyan in Vidal's womb
to
take part in the ceremony.
Yeah.
Turn Goku into a Super Saiyan God. So, I mean, I think that would be a suit. Like if John Dragon Ball is like 1/32nd Saiyan and he can like hit Super Saiyan 4, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be super, super thrilled.
And it would open up a lot of like really cool shit for the future of Dragon Ball.
Absolutely.
I think that's what, just as a fan, I think that's what I would want to see. But, ultimately they are, they're going to take the story where they want to take it. And I hope the best.
For sure. But I think that's all for the news today.
Yeah.
We spent quite a while talking about this, which,
oopsie daisy. Moving
on. I had the numbers game scheduled on our docket here, but I think we'll probably save that for next episode.
Next EP? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because we do have 2 reviews to get to today.
We do.
The first one, Damon and I, we went to the movies right before we got sick with Buggy and her sister, and we went to go see Primate.
It is definitely
evil ass monkey.
Evil ass rape monkey, the
movie.
She wants credit. She's not getting credit. Editor, cut her out.
Yeah, she wants credit for that joke. Not gonna happen.
I'm the one who said it.
Nope. Editor, cut her voice out.
Our joke.
We're the
editor. Cut her voice out.
Editor, send a hit squad. Kill her. Editor, take her driver's license away.
Editor, send her to Israel.
Editor, Netanyahu her ass.
Editor, put her in the files.
She's so mad, dude. Like,
she is so mad. I can't even hear what she's saying because my earbuds are in my in-ear monitors, but I just hear screaming.
What are we supposed to do?
She's gonna throw a hairbrush at me.
Fucking surprise, she can pick it up.
Okay, yes, Buggy made the joke evil ass monkey. There you go. Evil ass monkey, trademark to Buggy.
Editor, cut that part out.
But yeah, let's talk about Primate a little bit. It's the most fucking movie.
It is
like imaginable.
I think when we originally, like whenever we walked out of the movie theaters and we had our fresh feelings about it, we looked at each other and said that was definitely a movie.
Yeah. That
was one of the movies of all time.
Yeah, I think we got back to the car and we looked at each other and went 3, 2, 1.
5. Yeah.
5.5.
At the same time, same brain cell.
And that was with recency bias.
Now that I've had time to stew on it and let it air, think about the movie, just to kind of go over some talking points about it. Overall, if you want to go see a monkey kill people, then that's your movie.
It delivers on that.
Yeah, like if we're going based on concept delivery, like just concept delivery, 10 out of 10. Go watch that movie. That is, if you want to see a monkey kill people, that is the movie to go watch.
Right.
But if we're basing it off just movie in general, like how is it as a film, I think 5.5 is perfect.
I would even call it just a straight up 5.
Yeah, 5. I think 5 is like, it's just a perfect, like that right in the middle. You know what I mean?
Like it is just a movie. It's something you could watch again.
Yeah, it's something.
If you needed to.
You look at it, you're like, all right, then, I'll watch it again. Somebody wants to go see it, you're like, okay. Yeah, I'll go watch it with you.
Yeah, I don't think I would pay to go see it again.
No, I'd wait until it came out on, like Netflix or something.
Wait until it's on a streaming platform. Yeah. I think that movie, any scene that the monkey is not in directly is a fucking snooze fest.
It is boring as fuck.
And it's like porn level acting.
Yeah, so just to kind of go over, like the characters, they're all bland. They're all one note. The final girl, she's all right.
She's nothing special.
Yeah. She's definitely one of the final girls of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, she's just bland. And this is, again, by no mean a slight towards any actor, anybody. This is just what we saw and how we felt.
Right.
I definitely could not. My acting would not be any better. They would be worse. If you put me in front of a man wearing a CGI suit, jumping around, acting like a monkey, I would be laughing me.
Did they even have that though?
I don't know. I was assuming. I was just thinking about the like, you remember like Batista and the guy who played Rocket.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's a picture of him petting Rocket, but it goes over.
It's just the guy.
It's just the guy in the suit,
in the CGI suit, in the mocap suit. Yeah, that's. That whole movie, man, I almost want to put it at like a 4 because I don't want to watch it again. Like, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, I don't ever need to watch it again.
Yeah, I think
because I can remember it play by play, not because it stood out, but because it was so predictable.
It was predictable. It was bland. The female character, they also drop a lot of they have a lot of Chekhov's guns there in the movie that, I think they feel smart about it.
Like there's a scene where the monkey Ben busts through a glass door, leaving a bunch of shards of glass on the ground, and like the camera pans in on a shard of glass that is sticking straight up for like 6 seconds.
Straight up. Yeah.
And then it just cuts, and like not even kidding, like the next 2 scenes, a girl like steps almost on it, and the camera is like really zoomed in there. And then like the scene after that, a girl does step on it, and like she like yelps, and that like alerts the monkey. And it's so like, yeah, it's just so like, yeah, okay, cool.
You know, the deaths were, I think if James A. Janice would rank the deaths, none of them really stood out. There was a few off-screen ones that, you know, I think my favorite kill would have to be the best friend who got smashed in the head with a rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think because I'm thinking about it, like as a kill, it's kind of bland and boring, but to impact on the story and how, you know, it pushed it forward, I think that was the best kill.
I think with effect to the story, that kill was probably the most impactful.
Yeah. No, actually, the most impactful one was whenever he molested the guy on the bed and ripped his jaw off. That's where the evil ass monkey came from.
I think that was my favorite kill.
That's just the best kill in general.
It is the best kill in general.
Yeah.
And granted, like horror is that's my area of expertise. Like I'm a big horror guy. I know like 90% of what we cover on this show is probably not going to be horror, and that's okay. But when horror does get to be talked about, I am pretty excited. And this did not scare me. I think there was one
scene, and it was the jaw ripping scene where you like I audibly heard you go, oh
yeah, the jaw ripping scene got like a out of me. But that's more of like a body horror thing.
Yeah, I
didn't feel like scared in that moment. I felt more like grossed out because that was good practical effects.
It was.
What I'll tell you what's shitty is there was 2 trailers that played before the movie. One was for, I can't remember what it's called, but it was like a movie about a girl who's a podcaster, and there's like a demon or like a ghost.
Oh yeah.
In like an audio file,
and that scared me.
And like she listens to it, and it like enters her home and starts to like attack her and stuff. That trailer was scarier than the entirety of Primate.
It made you jump, dude.
It did.
I saw you jump out of your fucking seat. It was
like I was giggling. I was so pumped, like a little schoolgirl. I was so excited because that movie seems like so much fun. And I'm pretty sure I even looked at Damon and Buggy and was like, we're watching that.
Yeah.
And then also there was another trailer for a movie called Passenger, which also got like, it's the one thing that got an actual like big jump out of me. The entire movie experience. Yeah. Yeah. The screen, the projector failed at the movie theater during the trailers. And like that freaked me out. But that's telling that freaked me out more than the actual movie. But like Passenger looks really good. That fucking podcaster movie looks really good, which shocks me because I feel like every time there's like a podcast scene in any kind of media, I'm like, dude, this is the worst, most corny shit.
Buns.
Especially because like I've been doing this since 2022, I think.
It's like old executives what they think it is.
Right. Or like it has the same feel to me watching it as someone who has done podcasting for, like I said, almost 5 years now. Like whenever you would go back and watch old like movies from the early 2000s or like the early 2010s, and like there was a scene of like a gamer
and they're just sitting there like not even, they're just clacking the controller. It's like,
yeah, they're pressing nonsense and like speaking like they're in an actual like military situation, and like that shit just always is so corny. I didn't get that feeling watching that trailer about the podcaster girl. That actually, like, it actually seemed kind of legit.
It seemed like it was a genuine like take on how podcasting is instead of like a mockery of it.
Right.
A lot of like what it feels like whenever somebody portrays something like gaming, especially like hacking, you know, the clickety, I'm in.
I'm in the mainframe. Yeah. I'm in. Yeah. But yeah, Primate, I think we can give a pretty definitive 5. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
And it was okay.
There's not a lot of like story beats that I want to talk about personally. I think the rabies part of it, the dad at one point gets bit and they never bring it up. They never bring up that
they never address that.
They never bring up that he now has rabies, which I think is a sequel bait. The dad's going to turn into the rabies monkey and then murder his daughter.
I think that would be more like fun to watch than Primate, honestly.
Turns into a were-monkey.
And I think I even said this to Damon in the car. The final scene in Primate, the dad comes back home and fights the monkey to the death with his daughters.
Yeah.
And the way that the guy who plays the dad moves in that fight, it's very animalistic. And when I'm sitting there watching it, I had this thought of like, wow, this movie could have done something so profound. And like in the way that it shows this conflict between monkey and human, and like to show the true like primal nature of man. And like this really, like it could have had this really great like dichotomy that like the rabies of the monkey brings it down to like the human level. Like this whole like this like
dichotomy.
Yeah. And like this
of just
this display of just depravity. And I was like, wow, that could be so cool. And it made me instantly depressed because I was like, that's not what this is here for. It's like, that's not what this is going to do. This is evil ass monkey kills people. And that's what you got.
Evil ass rape monkey, the movie. Again, definitive 5 out of 10.
Which is a shame because that is the highlight of what we're talking about today.
That is the best part of today.
Because now
we have the absolute worst dog shit I have had the displeasure of watching, season 2 of Stranger Things. Take us away, honey.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Starting off with episode 1, chapter 1, Mad Max. Nearly a year after Will's return. Actually, we start off, I think it's in Pittsburgh, with a group of punks.
Yeah.
They're fleeing the police, and this girl has the corniest line delivery, I think, of anything ever, where she just goes like, boom, and the fucking bridge like explodes for one guy, and then it's revealed that it was an illusion and that the girl was using mind powers, and then it like shows her wrist tattoo and it says number 8. And then we head back over to Hawkins, and it seems mostly back to normal, but Will is still having terrifying visions of the Upside Down and a massive shadow creature. Dustin discovers a strange tadpole-like creature he names D'Artagnan. And all the while, Mike struggles emotionally after Eleven's disappearance. Meanwhile, a new tough girl named Max joins the school and immediately catches the boys' attention. Some little Easter eggs and references from the episode. All the arcade games.
All of them.
Dragon's Lair, Dig Dug, Centipede, Galaga. They're all very era accurate. Max's nickname on like the high scoreboard, Mad Max.
Mad Max. It's just
obvious reference there to Mad Max. The Ghostbusters costumes are foreshadowing episode 2. D'Artagnan is named after the Three Musketeers, and Will's visions echo pretty classic 80s possession, body horror type tropes.
Yeah.
My favorite scene from episode 1 is probably at the, I would say all the arcade stuff. Dustin kind of having to come to terms with the fact that someone not just beat his Dig Dug score, but like
obliterated that. Yeah.
Obliterated it. And then like the nerdy guy who works at the arcade being like what I need from you. And they're like, he like wants Mike to set him up on a date with Nancy. And I think Dustin is like, what do you think she'll go on a date with you? What do you make, $2.50 an hour? You're gonna spread your disgusting rash to the whole family. And he's like, it's called acne and it's not contagious. Like, that was kind of funny. I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
This episode was just an episode. Like, it didn't feel special at all. I gave it a 5.5. Like, literally the only thing that brought it above a 5 was Dustin being pretty funny at the arcade.
Yeah. I'm going to have to kind of echo you on this episode. It was just an episode to me. I watched it,
Yeah.
The introduction of Max was really cool. Especially the semi-antagonist, racist bad boy, her brother.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Forgot his name.
Billy,
that's what it was. Billy and Max.
Billy's fucking awesome, I will say.
He is, and I think he has a good story throughout.
Yes, but him, much like everything else in this season, is only better in season 3.
And I think that's kind of my issue with season 2, but I'll give my thoughts about it at the end of this.
Yeah.
My favorite scene was the scene whenever Billy is dropping Max off at school, and then Metallica starts playing. Here I am.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That's a really good scene. It kind of, all the girls are swooning over him. You kind of get the feel for Billy. You're like, oh, he's a bad boy.
It felt very 80s.
Yeah, it did. Especially like the hair, the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that Stranger Things gets right throughout is the time period. It looks spot on.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's just an episode. I'm going to have to go with a 5 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, not a great start to season 2.
Not a great start, and it's only going to get worse.
Not for me. There are some parts that I think are a little better, but it's not a common theme.
No. Oh, look at that. We're already on episode 2, chapter 2, Trick or Treat, Freak. It's Halloween night, right? And the kids go trick-or-treating dressed as the Ghostbusters. Will has another freaky deaky episode,
right?
Slipping into the upside down, viewing through something that we don't know yet. 11 secretly observes the group from her little cabin, heartbroken but determined to kind of still be hidden because of what Hopper told her.
Right.
Meanwhile, Hopper grows more protective of 11, kind of like mirroring season 1 into now, protective dad, and begins to investigate strange crops that are rotting outside the town. Some Easter eggs and references for you. We got the Ghostbuster costumes, exactly matching the film. Mike's intense loyalty mirrors Egon's seriousness. Sorry, I had something in the back of my throat. Bob's horror movie knowledge sets up later plot points, which is really cool. And I do believe that Bob is the best character of the season.
Ooh, really?
I think Bob is the best character of the season.
I mean, Sean Astin is great.
I think he's the thing that saves it for me. Then the reason why I don't completely fucking hate it. I genuinely dislike this season. I'm going to keep saying it throughout. But this episode wasn't too bad. It was a nice, fun Halloween night. It really kind of puts you in the mindset of the kids. Every kid knows the joy, of going out for trick-or-treating. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's one of those things that, as you can kind of relate.
To an extent.
My favorite scene, you can, to an extent you can relate. But it's still one of those episodes that it just feels like an episode. There's nothing special kind of going on.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene is whenever they're arguing who's who.
The Venkman and Winston debate.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty funny, yeah.
It was a pretty good scene. I think that one scene kind of bumps it up in the ranking for me.
Right.
And just Bob being in this episode. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a 6 for me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think honestly my favorite scene, if it's not the whole like Winston and Venkman debacle, then it's probably when the bully kids show up and start messing with Will,
calling them,
and he like passes out and has his vision of the upside down. Like that felt very it felt like at certain points of this season they tried to dip into this like Lovecraftian
horror element,
horror thing. And if they would have focused a bit more on that with the like the exorcism and like possession tropes, this season could have been so much stronger.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I feel like they so dropped the ball on pretty much all of it. And like I watched this season and I'm just the whole time I'm like, man, this could have been so much better. Like this could have been done so much better. And I think this episode is another 5.5.
You know, and there is something that I did forget. The monster designs does stay consistently good. Whenever they find the mind flayer, like whenever Will goes into the vision and he sees the mind flayer for the first time, it's a really good design. It's a really good monster design.
It's effective.
Yeah, you do kind of feel, you know, that Lovecraftian element to it. Even
though, for spoilers, they completely throw that away for season 5, and I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of season 5.
I haven't watched the finale, but I have seen most of season 5. It is
they really fucking dropped the ball on the Mind Flayer specifically. And turns out they used ChatGPT in the writing for season 5.
Yeah,
so that would explain why. I think, at least part of it. Hello, Cat.
Hello, Cat.
Moving on. Episode 3, Chapter 3, The Polywog. Dustin realizes D'Artagnan is growing rapidly and eating his cat. The boys argue over what to do with the creature. Hopper and Joyce investigate the rotting pumpkin fields, and they discover tunnels beneath Hawkins. Will's episodes worsen, suggesting something is trying to communicate through him. Some of the Easter eggs in this episode and references: the creature's life cycle mirrors xenomorphs from Alien, the creature being D'Artagnan. The underground tunnel network references Them, a movie from 1954. Dustin hiding Dart in the trash can kind of resembles Gremlins.
Yeah.
And Bob as the helpful outsider is a classic Spielberg trope, which... if I remember right, season 2, the Duffer Brothers said that one of their big inspirations was Spielberg.
Yeah.
And I feel like Spielberg should sue them for that.
Yeah, I think, especially with how bad this season was.
Yeah.
Our biggest...
Yeah, if I was Steven Spielberg, I'd be pretty pissed.
I'd be like, dog, what do you mean I was your inspiration? Take that shit back. This is ass.
My favorite scene was probably Dustin discovering Dart molting in the trash.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like that's really where this season starts to kind of lean more into that like horror comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty gross. I think like Gaten Matarazzo is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Especially as a kid. Like I think he is a great like goofball archetype.
Yeah, he does a really good job at that. He also, you know, not a slight towards him. It's a good, he looks the part.
Right. Yeah.
And again, that's not a slight.
That's not a slight at all.
That's a compliment because, you know, goofballs are like the best people.
Yeah. It's like the goofball, lovable, like quirky kid. I think Dustin fits that very well.
Yeah.
It also kind of like leans in with the whole like Dustin and D'Artagnan relationship. It kind of has this theme that I noticed throughout season 2, which is Dustin's loyalty kind of trumps his common sense.
Yeah.
A lot, which is one of my biggest slights against season 2, because every other season in the show, Dustin is like the smart, level-headed, clear thinker of the group. He's the Donatello. He's the brains.
Yeah.
And whenever you take a whole season...
That's a really good analogy, though.
Thank you. But when you take a whole season to compromise that, and you don't do it properly, it just makes Dustin feel like a totally different character for this season.
Yeah.
And he doesn't fulfill his role in the group, which makes him feel out of place.
I completely agree.
And typically the best way that you can take someone out of their archetypal role in a story like this is by putting somebody else in that spot.
Yeah.
Which would have been great for someone like Mike, because Mike is just kind of mopey this season. Like, he's just a moody bitch the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And if they would have like had Mike, since he's supposed to be the leader, notice something's off with Dustin, and for him to kind of step in, because he's still also a very smart kid, to like step into that like Donatello role, it would have given Dustin more of a chance to flesh out that whole loyalty versus common sense internal struggle. And they just didn't allow that this season, which is crazy because they do allow it in a later season with Dustin specifically.
Yeah.
That season being season 5, like Dustin does not fit his normal, not to like get ahead of ourselves, but like in that season, Dustin is not Dustin. He does not fit his standard role. But the other characters step up to fill in those shoes, and it works to let Dustin like work out some issues.
Yeah, they do it well in that season, but in this one they just don't. They make him feel like a completely different character.
Yeah,
and I feel like they do that for all of the kids.
Yeah,
with Will it makes sense. Lucas stays the same, and that's why I like him the most.
Our king Lucas,
yeah, is
the only real one. But that being said, my rating for episode 3, it's a 3.5.
Yeah. And if you don't have a favorite scene, you don't have to say it.
Right.
You don't have to give one.
Right.
Because this episode in and of itself was kind of dog.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to give it a 2. I don't like this episode. It kind of just brings out the flaws in like every character that I brings out the flaws of everything that I dislike about the season.
Right.
And they all show in this episode, and that's why I don't like this episode. But moving on to episode 4, we have Will the Wise. Now, Will becomes fully possessed by the shadow monster, later called the Mind Flayer, as I said.
I hate that name for it, by the way.
It doesn't really. It makes sense on a makes sense on a base level, but then it
just really pisses me off because it does not resemble the Mind Flayer from D&D at all.
No, I'll get into the better name for it here in a second. Using Morse code, the group learns Will is being used as a spy. Dustin realizes Dart is a demo dog. Bow wow. Which honestly, you should have noticed. Never mind. Part of a larger species, the tunnels spread further, increasing the threat to Hawkins in its entirety. I do think that the tunnel system and everything like that those are really cool ideas. Mm-hmm. I think that them kind of going into a lot of it.
Agreed.
Will's nickname, Will the Wise. That's from like season 1. That's his D&D character.
Right. Some
possession imagery, darting to The Exorcist, which was made in 1973. Top tier horror movie.
Agreed.
Hands down, one of the best ones. And the Mind Flayer, as we were talking about before, the Mind Flayer design kind of does resemble a Lovecraftian cosmic horror.
Yeah.
And again, the design for it is really cool, but the name for it is dumb as shit because the Mind Flayer, I'm going to nerd out a little bit, in and of itself is not what is, the Mind Flayer is the creature, right?
Right.
The little tendril. But then you have the mother brain, the queen, which is the hive mind.
Right.
So calling it the Mind Flayer doesn't make sense because the Mind Flayer is only a part of the hive mind. The queen is the hive mind. So you call it the Mind Flayer, it doesn't really make sense. That's why I dislike the name for it. It is completely fucking wrong. Just real bad name.
I'm very with you. It should have been called the Mother Brain.
The Mother Brain, the Queen, something, bro. Something to do something else with it, because the Mind Flayer is just not, and, getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, I think they should have called Vecna the Mind Flayer.
Yes.
Vecna is a part of the Mind Flayer, so he would have technically been the Mind Flayer, and that would have been the whatever. Semantics. I really don't. I think the closest thing to a favorite scene I have is the scene with Hopper and Eleven, where Eleven's using her powers to kind of like, they're having their fight, and Eleven's using her powers to kind of stop Hopper.
Yeah.
From up here, and Hopper's like, you know what? Yeah, like anybody would. Okay, you have a magical wizard child throwing shit at you. You kind of get upset because all you're doing is trying to help. 11 is also, Millie Bobby Brown's an adult right now, so I can say this. 11's being a bitch. 11 is being such a bitch the entire season. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
All of the kids, every single one of them, just except for Lucas, all of them. Terrible fucking.
This season was such character assassination on all the kids but Lucas and Max.
Then they had to bring it back in season 3. Oh, can we cut it? Can we cut this one and start reviewing season 3 already?
Dude, I wish. I love season 3.
I'm dying.
What was your rating for this episode?
Fucking, I don't know, man. I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah. Episode 4. I think my favorite scene had to have been like the interrogation of like possessed Will.
Yeah, that was a good one.
When he does the whole like Morse code thing.
To kind of, yeah.
Like I thought that by itself was really cool. Because again, it just really plays into the whole like old school possession horror movie shit. And if they could have captured that vibe for the whole season, this would be one of my favorite seasons. Like if they would have played more into like the possession of Will Byers,
the cosmic horror element to it.
Yeah, like because the idea of like a classic possession horror movie feel, but like undercut with this Lovecraftian cosmic horror creature looming over the city. This could have been one of the best seasons of the show, if not the best season.
Yeah. But again, they just really dropped the ball on this entire season.
Everything in this episode, except for that scene, was just a letdown.
Yeah. I'll kind of,
and I give it a 3.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I do think the Hopper and 11 one set up a lot of my favorite parts about the season later on. But again, 11 is just such a bitch. And again, I can say it because Millie Bobby Brown isn't a child. So I would feel bad if I was talking about a current, 11-year-old.
But also the people who are writing her are adults.
Yeah. Yeah. The people who wrote, and again,
like they wrote her as an asshole.
Every single one of these, people as children actors, whenever they were acting, were amazing.
Right.
They did an amazing job. This is not a slight towards them. This is just a slight towards how they were written.
Mm-hmm.
And they were written like little shitheads. And I fucking hated it because in season 1, they were enjoyable likable kids. In this season, they're all assholes and they're not even teenagers.
You rooted for them in season 1. In season 2, you don't.
In season 2, you sit here like, why am I watching this whenever the main characters are so shitty?
Yeah.
All the time. Before we continue to go down this rabbit hole, let's move on because we got to get through this because I'm losing my shit.
Yeah. We're over halfway. We're getting there. Episode 5 is Dig Dug. Hopper tunnels into the underground system, but becomes trapped, nearly suffocating. Joyce and Bob heroically rescue him. 11 ventures into the city, discovering her mother's tragic past and learning about Kali, which is number 8, another child with powers. Will reveals the Mind Flayer's weakness, heat. So fucking stupid. Could not stand this. Episode title obviously references the game Dig Dug.
Mm-hmm.
Callie's illusion powers kind of echo A Nightmare on Elm Street. Elm Street. On Elm Street.
Elm Street.
And Bob's bravery cements him as an unlikely hero, in my opinion. I think my favorite scene is probably Bob confidently navigating Hawkins' lab security system right before it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
I think it makes Bob, I think Bob's competence makes his ultimate fate hurt more.
Yeah.
I think that was this episode, right? When Bob works through the security system.
Dig Dug. I think that is the
next episode.
Next episode. Yeah, hold on.
Fuck. Okay. Well, then it's probably 11 entering Terry's mind and like getting to kind of learn a bit more about her past. That was still a pretty good scene, but it's so fucking boring, and I can't be bothered with it, dude. Episode 5, I'll give it a 2.5, I guess. The hop scene when he gets caught by the vines is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's really playing into the horror, the like body horror, Lovecraftian horror element with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say, I think my favorite one is, it's really showing how shitty Dustin is. And so, you know what? My least favorite, you know what? I'm going to say my least favorite scene, because I fucking hate it, is the scene where Dustin's pretending to be on the phone, and then, you know, his mom's crying in the background because, you know, Demo Dog ate her fucking cat.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking scene, I was like, dude, you're being, like, such an asshole. And then, like, telling his mom to go help them look whenever he knows for a fact he wasn't on the phone with.
Yeah, dude, he's such a little prick.
He's such an asshole this season, dude. Again, complete and utter character assassination for every single one of them.
Yep.
And again, we were introduced to Lucas's sister this episode, I think.
Oh, yeah, Erica.
Yeah, better in season 3. Like,
way better in season 3. Literally, that's like everything about this season is like, oh, they kind of do this. It's better in season 3.
I will say at least Steve, you know, my man, at least he's doing some good shit this season. He's not.
Steve is great this season.
Steve did good. Again, better in season 3.
Yeah. Also better in season 3. Yeah.
We'll say it for any time we bring up a character, better in season 3.
Except for Bob.
Except for Bob, my king. And also, I think that scene is actually the last episode.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was way off then.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, they don't actually go into... No, sorry. Forgive me. It's episode 8.
Oh.
That's yeah. Episode 8 and then 9.
Okay, never mind then.
Look, fine. We can have some leeway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the next one,
episode 6.
Episode 6, The Spy. The lab captures a Demo Dog, but the plan backfires when the Mind Flayer attacks through Will. Bob helps map the tunnels, guiding troops into a trap. Dustin reunites with Dart, realizing the creature responds to him. Chaos erupts as the Demo Dogs swarm Hawkins' lab. You know, this episode was, you know, all right. Some Easter eggs and references just to kind of cleanse the palate, because the Easter eggs and references are really cool. They do a really good job at these.
Right.
Lab siege. Whenever the Demo Dogs are coming towards the lab, it does kind of mirror. It does mirror Aliens. Mm-hmm. Bob's map scene kind of just directly references Jurassic Park.
Right.
You know, Clever Girl. This one's really cool because, you know, it does kind of like give validity to Dustin being a shithead the entire season. Dart does recognize Dustin, and it does like kind of parallel ET, you know, ET phone home.
Yeah, I guess.
kind of, sort of gives it validity. He's still an asshole, and I still don't think he was a good character this season.
Yep.
And the hive mind concept comes from classic sci-fi monsters. Again, kind of dating to like the Mother Brain, or there's a lot of other monsters. I think the Thing was a hive mind.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Thing was a hive mind. So it's really cool. I will say again, they're spot on with their monster design. Not the naming scheme though.
I like hive mind shit when it's done well.
Yeah.
And I think the hive mind stuff in Stranger Things is very okay.
For the spy, I don't really have a good, I don't really think there is a scene that I like all that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where it's like, it's such a nothing burger of an episode to me.
Yeah. What would you rate it?
I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad episode. There's a lot of good that comes through it. Like the, scene with, whenever they go to the dude's house that thinks Eleven is Russian. I forget his name.
Murray,
yeah. They go to his house and they have that scene, and then, Nancy
and Jonathan Doink
and Jonathan fucking bump uglies.
Yeah, when Nancy cheats on Jonathan, or not on Jonathan, on Steve.
Yeah, Nancy is also not a good character this season. Just kind of trying to rationalize. I think this one's a 4, the 4 or 5. Again, it's a nothing burger of an episode.
Yeah,
they kind of get shit done, but it really feels like a One Piece filler at this point.
It does.
This entire season just feels like One Piece filler to me.
Yeah,
not a good. It's a bad season.
Yeah, there's like a specific moment in this episode. I think it's probably my favorite moment. It's like when the Mind Flayer speaks through Will.
Yeah, that is a cool.
And it says like, "You shouldn't have looked for me," or something like that.
Yeah,
that scene is another one of those scenes where I'm like, damn, if this would have been the entirety of this season, like if this would have been a story of Will being possessed by this cosmic horror creature, this would be way cooler. And they just didn't do that. It's like they were so close to having something good, and it's like every chance that they were given to like capitalize on it, they fucked it up. In this episode, it's one of the better episodes of this season, but it's still a 5 for me.
Yeah, again, kind of a middle of the road nothing burger episode. There was nothing inherently wrong about it, nothing inherently good about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Which, speaking of fucking nothing burger snooze fests, moving on to the worst episode of the entirety of Stranger Things, like even worse than the season 5 finale, which is very controversial. Even now, a lot of people still can't agree on the season 5 finale, but I feel like everyone who I know who likes this show agrees about this episode. It is the skip. It's the skip. It's
dog shit.
Like, you don't have to watch this episode. It does nothing for the show.
Honestly, I think
like, I want that to be very clear. This episode,
let's skip this one. I'm done with it already.
Do you know what this episode was supposed to be, by the way?
No.
Their original plan was to use this episode to set up the first Stranger Things spin-off show, which was going to be a show about Kali and the punks.
Nobody would watch that shit.
Well, yeah, which is why they scrapped it. We're going to get through this really quick because I fucking hate this episode. 11 tracks down Kali in Chicago and learns to harness her anger to strengthen her powers. This doesn't come back, by the way. It's fucking pointless. Kali encourages like revenge. She tries to get 11 to fucking kill a guy, but 11 says no and goes back to Hawkins, choosing friends over isolation and choosing like family over like anger and shit. I don't even care about the Easter eggs and references because this episode is dog shit.
Nothing burger, like absolute nothing burger of an episode. Just terrible dog shit the entire time.
It's horrible. If I had to give a favorite scene, it would be 11 telling Kali no and choosing her family back in Hawkins over whatever the fuck Kali is doing. because I mean, yeah, it's a very controversial episode. No one fucking likes it. But that particular scene, I guess, is the only scene in the entire episode that I would say does matter. And that's like 11 choosing who she is, not just following what other people say she is. Which is like her power can come without the cruelty.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a good beat of character growth for 11, but it's not plot growth at all.
No.
I kid you not. This is my first 0 of spoiler trash. This episode is horrible. I've watched Stranger Things through maybe 3 or 4 times, and ever since the first time, I have skipped this episode, and I had to watch it for spoiler trash, and I hated every second of it.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm just angry, and I was sitting there watching the time tick by, realizing I'm not getting that time back. And I think I would rather watch every scene of Primate that doesn't have the monkey in it
Than this. Which is a good portion of the movie because the monkey is like hidden for...
He's in like 10% of it.
But, you know, the parts the monkey's in is actually really good. Speaking of which, I also hate this fucking episode, dude. It's not fun. It's not an enjoyable watch.
Yeah.
Kylie's powers are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I hate the illusion shit.
I can make you see or don't see, dumbass. Like, Kylie's gang is a bit annoying. I'm so glad that they get Turbo arrested.
Oh, they get killed.
Yeah. That's why I said Turbo arrested. So glad. And then, you know, thank God, no spinoff show.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
You're going to be looking at my screen mad as fuck. Oh, we're doing a spinoff show. How are they back? Is this a prequel? I'm going to kill you. Yeah, nobody would watch that. And if you say, no, I would watch it, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
You just want to be different. And which is fine. You can be a fucking chud. It's cool.
I would rather watch a Barbara spinoff show than a fucking spinoff show about...
And that is saying something, bro.
Yeah.
Following Barbara, because it turns out she survived. No. It's one of those things where it's like, this is just the episode that kind of really broke the season for me and pissed me off the most.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there, you know, and again, season was like a nothing burger season. It, again, went through the motions. It was definitely a filler season. And then you get to this episode and you're just mad as fuck.
Yep.
Now you're mad at the entire season now. So yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. This was terrible. 0 out of 10. Fucking get this garbage off my screen the entire time I was watching it. I don't have a favorite scene. That's how much I fucking dislike this episode.
Yep.
Actually, no, I lied. Favorite scene? All of her friends dying. There you go. Bumping it up to a 1 out of 10 now. Forgot about that. Bumping it up 1 out of 10. That's the only saving grace.
Take us away with episode 8. We're on the final 2, baby.
Thank God. Fuck. Here's a little rundown of episode 8 for you. And again, this episode is actually not that bad. The Demodogs.
Yeah, this episode is not that bad.
It is terrible because, as we'll soon find out, the Demodogs massacre the entire land. All of them dead. And then Bob, my king, my boy, is killed, helping Joyce, Hopper, and Will escape. They get him. They fucking eat his guts.
Oh, they fucking get him.
They got him. 11 returns just in time to save the group. About fucking time, you useless bitch. Hopper and 11 close the gate while Joyce and Jonathan use heat to exorcise the demons. The mind flare from Will. Again, this episode, in my opinion, is probably the best episode of the season, and the only reason why I think this season kind of has plot relevance.
Yep. I would agree.
Bob was such a good character throughout, and I mean, everybody, as soon as Bob showed up, you knew exactly what was going to happen. It was written in the fucking sand as soon as as soon as you knew it was going to happen because Joyce was happy. And you're like, she can't be happy. She can't be happy.
Yep.
So everybody knew Bob was fucking getting murked, getting fawned. I think my least favorite part was him leaving the gun on the counter.
Oh my God. Yes.
It was such a dumbass mistakes. And I get it. It's one of my biggest gripes about fiction, is whenever people say, but in real life, there's not demon dogs biting you from the inside out, you dumb slut. Okay.
Right.
Grab the gun and use it. Because I know for a fucking fact I would have grabbed the gun. That's not something you forget whenever you know that there's demon dogs outside the door.
Yeah.
And again, it was just so they could kill him off. And I know it. I know. They could have honestly killed him off in a much better ceremonious way, with him fighting off the demo dogs with a gun. But they killed him off kind of cheap and annoying. He got jumped. Did not give my boy the respect of a 1v1.
Nope.
Demo dogs, my number one op, I will be sliding. You will not survive.
Yeah.
Again, I think as a computer nerd, I resonated with Bob a lot. Especially because, this was in an era of when computers were brand new. They were fresh off the line, and knowing code and knowing how to code and knowing the language was such a niche thing at the time. Nowadays you could just go on Google and you can figure it out yourself. But back then you had to learn it. And, Bob kind of having that heroic moment where he was like, none of you guys know what I know, so I have to go down there and do it. And
it's just him being Bob the Brain. That is I thought that was cool to give him a fun hero name like the kids have.
Yeah.
Like Will the Wise,
Bob the Brain,
Holly the Heroic, Bob the Brain.
And Bob, he was just a good dude the entire season.
Yeah.
Put up in the arms of an angel with a picture of Bob editor. I don't know what year he was born. And I don't know what year he died.
In 1983.
1983. Find whenever he was born. Look up when was Bob from Stranger Things born. And then put it in the arms.
Or 86. Well, it's one of those years. But yeah, R.I.P. Bob.
R.I.P. Bob.
Requiescat in pace.
I don't. Again, it's hard to say it's my favorite scene, but it is the most impactful. It's whenever Bob does die.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah, again, it's one of those scenes where it's you're pissed off because you do feel like he could have died differently. He could have died in a more ceremonious,
Yeah.
And I get it. He wasn't the fighter. He was the brain. So,
Right.
Imagine, Bob had the gun, and then the demo dog jumped on him and he goes out bangeranging. You know what I mean? You could still have killed him with the gun.
True.
Reverse Chekhov's gun. You see, he left it like a fucking idiot. -5 points to the brain, honestly. Though I will say this will be the highest rated episode for me. I will give this a 7.
I think if I had to pick a favorite scene for this episode, it's probably Steve and Dustin fighting back to back in the junkyard.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole the nails in the bat thing is pretty iconic. And it's also that's when Steve becomes the best damn babysitter. That's the whole thing with Steve.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. I do think this is the best episode of the season by far.
Yeah.
I'd probably give this episode a 7.5, maybe even an 8. Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and give it an 8. I've been pretty mean this whole season.
I'll change mine to an 8 too.
I'll give it an 8.
Yeah.
I did give the episode before this a 0. So I think an 8 is fair.
8's pretty good. And it's also, you go from that dog shit episode to this, at the time, a fucking masterpiece of an episode comparatively.
Right. And that does bring us, though, to the season finale.
The final chapter.
Yep. Episode 9, Chapter 9, The Gate. With the gate sealed, the Mind Flayer retreats, but remains lurking in the Upside Down. 1 month later, Hawkins holds a winter dance. Dustin finds some confidence. Lucas and Max finally connect. Mike reunites with Eleven, and Hopper officially adopts her. Peace returns, at least for now. The snowball dance kind of reminded me of Back to the Future's Enchantment Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Eleven's whole look, it's very like classic 80s coming of age films. And Dustin's dance arc, it's very clearly Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with this episode is you don't need to spend an entire episode on an epilogue, because this episode 9 just feels like the epilogue to episode 8, and I don't like that. I think episode 9 could have been condensed to about 20 to 30 minutes and put at the end of episode 8, and that would be a good season finale. Which really makes me want to dock a lot of points from episode 9. But it does have some of my favorite moments of the season. Specifically, Dustin and Nancy's dance. Like when Dustin goes to the one girl and is like, "Shall we?" And she fucking laughs at him and walks away. And then like he goes to talk to another girl and like they walk away before he can even get to them.
Yeah.
And he like goes and sits by himself and cries. And fucking Nancy finally makes me like her again this season. And goes and dances with Dustin. And they have the whole like, you've always been my favorite of my brother's friends. And like she gives Dustin such like a core memory in that moment. And I thought that was a really special scene. But I can't in good conscience give this episode more than like a 6.
Yeah.
Because it was just an epilogue.
It was, it was a nothing burger. I think this was whenever they were kind of heavy, like towards the end, they were also heavy handed on, trying to push the whole, Will being gay thing.
What was that already going on in season 2?
Yeah, whenever there's a girl that goes up and asks him to dance, and he's like, "What? No, I don't know."
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
It was, and again, I think as they do well to kind of play. Will does as a character does really well with the whole closeted gay.
Yeah.
Until the I did see that until the end, till the final.
So you did see that scene.
I saw that scene. Yeah, I didn't see anything else. I did see that scene, and I was like, dude, they ruined it.
Yeah. I think that was also written by ChatGPT.
I'm not. Unfortunately, to those who are sad about this, I am not gay. So I don't know the struggles of being a gay man. But I do know that was a terrible coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get there.
We'll get to it. But this episode, again, was a nothing burger. It's middle of the road for me. There's a few things that do kind of bump it up a little bit. Kind of like you said, the whole Dustin and Nancy thing, Dustin kind of getting redeemed in my eyes, and then setting him up to be, in my opinion, this will, it'll probably change whenever I rewatch it, but I remember Dustin was probably the best character in the 3rd season for me.
Right.
So it's kind of here where it sets that up. And then Nancy, like you said, gets redeemed, and she's no longer kind of the bitch. She did still cheat on Steve.
She did still cheat on Steve. Yeah.
I can forgive, I can forgive racism, Nancy, but I can't forgive that.
All right. What's your rating for this episode?
This episode is, I'd say a 6, just by the bump up. A few good scenes here and there. But that's about it, honestly.
Man. What's crazy is like, when we talked about season 1, the consensus at the end was that season 1 is a sum greater than its parts. Like we gave season 1 a 10, even though there are episodes in there that are not 10s. What's crazy to me is season 2 of Stranger Things is the total opposite. Like, I think it is a sum worse than its parts.
Yeah.
Like, there are episodes in season 1 that I gave over a 5. That being said, as a whole, this season to me is fitting. It's in its namesake. It's a 2. Like, I don't want to watch it again.
Season 2 of Stranger Things is just such a nothing burger. Like, if you're watching Stranger Things for the first time, yeah, watch it.
Skip it.
No, I wouldn't say skip.
Nah, skip it.
Me personally, I do think it does do a lot for some of the story to kind of understand going into season 3. There are episodes that you can skip. There's a lot of episodes, like every episode except 8, pretty much.
I would say skip. Don't watch it and watch this episode of the podcast instead.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Don't watch season 2. Watch this.
Don't watch like 6 hours worth of episodes. Watch this instead.
It's more like 10 hours. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's a 2. And I think Damon agrees.
It's going to be a 2 for me. Actually, I might bump it up to a 3 just because of episode 8. Episode 8 is really good.
Episode 8 is solid.
And I do think that, there's a lot to develop the story in episode 8. Going forward, there's a lot towards, it's not even just Bob's death. There's a lot in episode 8 that kind of moves things along, but in its entirety, season 2 was just buns. It was definitely just the season I was like, oh, I remember. Oh, season 2. Whenever you came to me with the idea of starting this up, and then your first idea was, let's do Stranger Things, I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And then I slowly sat and realized, wait a minute, I gotta watch season 2.
We have to cover season 2. Yeah.
And I was like, fucking shit. Season 2 was just nothing burger of a season. The characters were unlikable. Every character except for Lucas and Bob
and Hop.
Hop was just a dad trying to be a dad, bro. I guess we should
do the favorite characters.
Yeah, favorite kid, teen, and adult.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna agree on most of these.
On most, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Favorite kid.
It's got to be Lucas, right?
For me, it's Max.
Max? Okay. Well, I'll go Lucas, you go Max.
Yeah, I think Lucas is such a close second in this season, but Max is such a refreshing addition.
Yeah. It's definitely not Dustin.
But like everything else in season 2, she gets better in season 3.
3, yes, sir. Yeah, like every character, better in season 3, especially the fucking shitheads. You know what? I'm gonna do. I did my favorite character. I'm gonna do my least favorite character. It's fucking Mike. He's a bitch.
Yeah, you know what? For this season, we'll also do least. My least favorite kid in this season is fucking Dustin, because he's a mongrel. He's a fucking idiot this whole season.
It is Dustin for me too, because you can kind of see where Will's coming from, right? You
mean Mike?
Yeah, Mike. Sorry, you can kind of see where Mike's coming from.
Yeah, it's like first love gets ripped from you. That sucks.
And then your friend is trying to shoehorn this person that you don't know into the friend group, and you're like, come on, wait a minute. And then you're also trying to keep secrets from her, and all that.
Right.
Dustin, irredeemable asshole the entire season.
Absolutely.
Dustin is just a shithead the entire fucking season, and
the whole time.
The mom thing, the keeping Dart fucking thing, and then
yep,
they do kind of manage to make you feel bad for him at the end with the whole dance thing. But just least favorite Dustin all the way. All
right, teen.
Definitely not. No, you know what? Save that for my least favorite. Steve. I have to go Steve on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go Steve. Steve is just the best one. He just did pretty much everything. Least favorite, Nancy.
Yeah. Why?
Nancy is just, she's such nothing burger of a character. That whole scene at the party where she's drunk, she's a bitch to Steve.
That is bullshit.
Bullshit. You're all bullshit. You're bullshit. Oh, man.
Yeah, you're bullshit, Nancy Wheeler.
Man, I wish hitting women weren't frowned upon.
I wish Stranger Things was more era accurate.
Exactly. Steve would have hit that bitch with the who's this?
Steve just fucking like, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? Kablow!
You talk back to me.
I'll show you bullshit.
You see?
Fucking threw him into like the 40s.
But Nancy, she's and then she cheats on Steve.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking character assassination on Nancy this season. It was sad to watch because I love Nancy. Like, I think I even said that she was my favorite in season 1.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. So to watch what they did to her character in season 2 was pretty upsetting. I think I agree with you that Steve is my favorite this season.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan is my least favorite teen this season. He's just so fucking boring the whole time.
He doesn't do anything.
Like you genuinely do not understand why he's around. And literally like all he does is just kind of like stumbles into stealing Steve's girlfriend from him. And like, it almost feels like he like capitalizes on like the trauma bond between him and Nancy.
Yeah.
In like a weird predatory way. And I didn't like it. I did not like it. Like so many characters were so unlikable in this season, and Jonathan is not immune to that.
Again, he was just nothing of a character this season.
But Steve was great.
Steve was locked the fuck in for real. You know, got his girl stolen, and he was like, you know what? We're gonna lock in.
Steve locked in. Steve kept the family safe. But like adults, I think this is where we disagree. Hop is still my favorite. Like this season, Hop was fucking great as always. And I don't even know if I have a least favorite adult, honestly. Like the adults were the only sane people this season.
I think you're right. We're going to disagree, but it's a disagreement in the best way possible because both Hop and Bob are just dads trying to be dads.
I think Bob is like my second favorite. So yeah, like I'm not upset with that at all.
Bob is just a dude trying to be there for his stepkid. He's not the dad. He's not the stepdad. He's the dad that stepped up.
He is the dad who stepped up, dude. Like his scene with Will, the whole like, go away.
Yeah.
And like that obviously makes an impact on Will because in a later episode, he uses that story to stand up to the mind flayer. Bob is great.
Bob is Bob and Hop, kind of the MVP. I will say, brief, you're right. There's not really, any adults that you don't like. Billy's dad, though.
Oh, yeah, never mind him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Billy's dad is a piece of shit, and I want to hit him with a fucking pipe wrench.
Yeah, that whole scene when he's like, he's going to call whatever whore he's going to go see. He's going to cancel their date. He's going to go find his sister. Holy shit. Like, that was brutal.
Yeah. So, guy's a dickhead. Don't fuck with that. And also, that scene kind of humanizes Billy because the entire time he's been kind of a pseudo villain.
Right.
And, that scene humanizes him in the sense of like, it's not okay what he's doing, but you kind of understand why. Like
you start to understand it more.
A little bit more, yeah.
All right. I mean, I think that's everything. Wow.
You got it.
English. That's everything for the Stranger Things season 2 review. It fucking sucked.
It was ass butt fuck.
Did not like this season.
And I mean, we did go a little bit longer on the news. And then we probably should have, but it was Dragon Ball.
And we also covered Primate.
So I am going to forego my second segment, just to make it a little bit, but I will be doing my first segment. And
let's hit it.
Here's a fun little segment for us, Branden. So today, me and you are going to rate 2 types of people, 2 types of rage baiters.
Okay.
So we have type A. And those are the people, type A rage baiters are the people who rage bait and they know they're doing it. They're doing it just to piss you off. Type A rage baiters. And these are fictional characters. It's any fictional character. And then we have type B, and we're going to separate these two into categories, and then we're going to rate them individually. All right.
Okay.
So we have type B, and type B is the people who are just stupid. They don't understand. They're pissing you off because they're dumb.
Right.
And they're rage baiting you that way.
Do you have a list of characters for us?
I don't have a list, but I do have characters that I will say. We will categorize them from A to B, and then we will rank them from S to F.
Okay, yeah. We'll put them in their categories and then rank them in their own category.
Yeah. And starting off strong for us, Branden, we have Bugs Bunny.
Oh, he's type A. He's definitely doing it on purpose.
He's type A. He's type A for sure. And he's an S tier rage baiter. Type A and he's S tier.
Yeah, I mean, he did not just play the game, he invented it.
Yeah, he was the D1 rage baiter. If there was a sport on rage baiting and I was team captain, first pool.
Yeah, he's first round draft pick for sure.
Yeah, D1. Now we have another good one. We have Patrick Star.
Oh, that's type B. That's easily type B. He's too stupid, but I don't think he's an S.
No, definitely not an S.
I think he's a B.
He's a B. He's definitely a B.
I think he's a high B.
Now we have Gumball Watterson.
Oh. We're getting good here.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a type A.
I think he's a type A too.
And I think he's another S.
I think he's an S as well.
He might have even beat Bugs Bunny.
I don't think, okay, let's not go that far.
Bugs Bunny might have invented the game.
No, hold on. Bugs Bunny also invented Big Chungus. Think about it.
He did invent Big Chungus, but have you watched Amazing World of Gumball?
I have. I've watched both extensively. And here's where I'm going to have to disagree. Editor, this one might be a little bit too risky. So if you think so, cut it out. But I am Native American. Bugs Bunny pulled out the Splagatinator 9000.
The 1 little, 2 little, 3 little engines.
Little engines. Oh, that one was a half breed.
Yeah. You know what? That's fair.
You can't beat that. You can't beat.
Gumball never did that shit.
Gumball could not do that shit. He was not there. Gumball is a D1 rage baiter, but he is not as good as the GOAT.
So he might even be A tier then, not S tier.
I'd say he's A tier. You know, this is a LeBron versus MJ.
Yeah, I mean
and Bugs is MJ. Like
we are two Choctaw boys. So we can
Choctaw Nation.
We can watch the Bugs Bunny 1 little, 2 little, 3 little engines. Oop, that one was a half breed. And game can recognize game. And I think in that we recognize game.
That was pretty funny. That was funny. It was
as said half breeds, we recognize that game.
And today we have a two-parter.
Okay.
That you will have to separate or combine.
Yeah.
We have Tom and Jerry.
Oh shit. Jerry's the mouse, right?
Yeah, Tom Cat and then Jerry's the mouse.
Okay. Jerry is a type A.
Definitely.
And he's an S tier.
He is. He's just so good at it.
Tom is a type B, but an A tier.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say.
You know what? I'll agree with you.
Because Jerry is definitely the funnier of the two. And like he's elaborate with it. He does tricks on it.
He does. And you know, I think Jerry wins it out on the rage baiting scale.
Well, I think we're noticing a trend with all of the type A's rating higher because malice trumps stupidity. I think when it comes to rage baiting like that.
He is. I think yeah. Let's go with. You know what? This one's a hard one because he's both dumb but top of his game, so you can't really tell if he's doing it on purpose or if he's just stupid. Homer J. Simpson.
Oh, type B.
Drafting it in.
C tier.
Okay, I agree.
But I don't like The Simpsons.
That's true. You know what? We'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm not really a Simpsons guy, so that I might be a little biased there.
You know what? Just based off of like pure, he's a dad, but he's stupid.
Right.
We're gonna put him. I think we're gonna put him D tier.
D tier.
Because he's just as a rage bait, like he's just not good at it.
He's just kind of stupid.
He gets rage baited.
Yeah, by his son.
Which brings me to our next draft, Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson, that's an A tier. I mean, a type A.
Yeah, the type A.
I think he's a B tier, though.
He is a B tier. Is there a reason you think he's a B tier? I agree, but
from what I've seen in the clips of him, his shit is very juvenile. Like there's this. Okay, editor's gonna have to bleep some of this, but there's this clip I've seen of. It might even be real, it might not, but it's like a Simpsons and Family Guy crossover where Bart and Stewie are prank calling a bar, and like Bart calls and he's like, "Is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it." Ha 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 ha. And Stewie's like, "Oh, that's so funny. Let me try." He like takes the phone. The guy answers it. And Stewie's like, "We have your sister tied up and we're gonna rip her." And hangs up. And it's like the stupidest shit. And like the whole thing is like the different comedy styles of the two shows, which is where I'm like, Stewie is way more malicious. Bart is very juvenile, which is why he can't rate as high.
Yeah, I agree.
Editor's gonna have to bleep that.
Bleep it out a little bit. You know what? Here's a goated pool. Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls.
Never seen it.
All right. I will do the ranking.
Yeah.
And we'll have to do a Gravity Falls review, me and you.
I'm down. I've been meaning to watch it.
It's a good show. And I think that, watching it and enjoying it and then giving your fresh ideas on it will be perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe after Stranger Things, we'll do that. So Grunkle Stan, I think, and this is because you haven't watched it, this is purely for me. He is a type A, but he's a type A C tier.
I disagree.
You said you've never watched it.
He's A tier.
I will beat you with a lead pipe.
He's A tier.
We'll agree there.
No, I think he's type B.
No. You keep this up. You know the one of the best type A rage baiters? The Jonkler.
The Jonkler? What is that?
The Joker from Batman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think he's up there.
Okay, on that note, listeners, viewers, thank you for sitting with us while we talk about Primate and Dragon Ball news and Stranger Things season 2. Annoying Orange is a type B S tier, by the way. I think he's one of a kind, but I do fucking hate the Annoying Orange with a burning, fiery passion. And I'm so mad that Damon brought him up.
Next time we'll actually have, because it was brought up to me. A friend of mine said you should do it, and I was like, that's smart. But next time we'll have can we screen record on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so next time we'll have an actual like tier list thing that we can fuck around with.
Yeah, that could be fun. I'm down.
I think that's what I want to do, like little mini games like this.
Right.
If this is the end, there's going to be no more episodes after this.
There's no more. 2 episodes and we're done.
Yeah, we made our money. We're leaving the internet now.
Yeah. Not quite, because I mean, we just posted episode 1 at the time of recording this, and we have like 10 views on it. So I don't think we made our money yet.
We made our money. We made it. we made when Shody Tom Balsam large fry and extra Coke and I genuinely have the finest metallic Lincoln in my pocket.
What the fuck?
I was gonna whistle, but I can't whistle right now because I was laughing.
Yeah. I think that'll do it for us, Damon. What do you think?
I think this was a really good time.
I think it was a good time. It was fun.
I like shitting on shit. I like shitting. They call me the scat man, you know?
I'm the scat man. The slowed down version of that is great.
Yeah. I don't think I want to listen to it.
But yeah, obviously, next episode we'll be covering season 3. I'm very excited to get to season 3 because it's so much better than season 2.
So much better.
And then we might do a video game after season 5 of Stranger Things. So since we're doing a TV show now, it might be fun to do a video game or an anime or a movie, but we will figure that out.
Not one of the little quick reviews we did with Primate. It was just Primate was a nothing burger of a movie.
Right. Yeah, we would do like an actual in-depth review of something.
Yeah, review. And, you know, we do have plans for some like video essays and shit like that.
Yes, we do.
I think we should probably kind of we could post them together, right? The podcast and on the same channel.
Yeah. I mean, we have the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can literally post the video essays on Spotify under the same podcast channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll be fine.
I think we'll be okay. But I think that's it for us.
Yeah, man.
I've been Damon.
I've been Branden.
You've been watching us for 2 hours almost. What are you doing?
Sorry, editor. We said we would get it shorter. And we're not that much shorter than last episode.
You know, we spent a lot of time talking about Dragon Ball, which I know he's going to love.
Yeah, he's going to love that. And also, I think we cut like 30 minutes off our time from last episode. So yeah, we should be fine. Until next episode.
I've been Branden.
We're doing this again? No, we're not doing this again.
What?
I've been Damon.
And you have been such lovely people. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Do you think people will get confused because you're Damon and I'm Branden?
Probably. That's the hope.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. See you next episode.
See you next episode. Bye. Oh my God.
Bye.
One Piece. The One Piece is real.
Can we get much higher?